All right, out here at Bone Valley, finally again with Skip and Cammy to talk to you about two-stroke ADV bikes. And no, this is not a two-stroke ADV bike, although it's set up like one right now, except for the no plate thing. So here's the deal. Nelson Rigg is... So here's the deal. Nelson Rigg is a pretty cool company, and they've been really cool to me, and I was kind of talking back and forth with them, and you know, I tested out that tail bag on my Ducati, and I said, hey, why don't you send me all your ADV stuff, and I'll test that out. Now, I'm not going to test it out as far as going and camping on it, because this is a race bike. This is not an adventure bike. But what I've done is I've installed all this shit on here. I've got these two saddle bags here. I've got a tail bag, and then this fender bag is pretty much for, I think it's supposed to be for a tire tube. But basically, I've just mounted all this stuff on here, and I'm going to come out here and we're going to thrash for a couple hours. And if this stuff can handle a race pace for 2 hours, I'm pretty sure it's going to handle anything you can throw at it in an ADV setting. Didn't really have anything to pack, so I kind of just, I got a stuffed animal over here who's missing an eye. I filled up this one with ball pit balls because I had those lying around from when we did the doggy ball pit.
She can't walk. I can't walk already.
And in the tail bag, just in case we run into any scenarios that... Always be prepared. And for the first time out today on his brand new Husqvarna 250, buddy of Skip's, new friend of mine, Nolan. You got an Instagram or anything like that, or is that not? Do you not share your face at all? I don't know if your job, you're not allowed to do that. Anyway, Nolan bought this bike because he's going to start racing too. So he looks like he's in a little bit better shape than me. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and set an hour and a half, maybe a 2-hour race pace today after we get warmed up to get him ready for FTR races. Just slightly better shape than me. Slightly. I mean, round is a shape, right? I'll be honest with you, I actually don't know if any of this Nelson Rigg gear, how well it's going to hold up. I haven't previously tested it. I literally just threw it on the bike and headed out here. If it totally sucks, that's going to kind of suck for Nelson Rigg. But I don't know, man. They build pretty good shit. Like I said, I had a Nelson Rigg tail bag that I had that was over a decade old that I was still using on my Rocket 3 all the time. So they build pretty good shit. I've obviously never tested any of their ADV stuff, so I don't know how that's going to hold up. And of course, thrashing it to the limit off-road isn't exactly what it was made for, but I think it's a pretty good test. Well, first things first, let's see how the Nelson Rigg ADV bags stand up to some very, very light motocross action. I say very light, very light. Very light because A, this isn't much of a motocross course, and B, I ain't much of a motocrosser anyway. My saddlebag still on there? What? My saddlebag still on? Awesome. All right, man, you ready to go for an hour and a half, or? No, I'm not gonna haul ass. I'll just set a pace though. I'm not gonna go like balls to the wall. I mean, I don't fucking know what I'm talking about. If you have any questions about riding, I might be able to help answer it. I'm not sure though. I don't know that much. I feel a little weird given someone who is obviously way better shape than me any kind of tips on how to ride, but you know, I've learned a little bit at this point, so I guess I'm qualified to give a little bit of advice. I don't know. I'm probably just giving like the shittiest advice right now. I'm gonna try though. Another thing that'll help is in a turn, elbows up, and you almost push the bike. So you don't have to like push the fucker over. but push the way you want to turn, and the bike will go down. And again, don't overextend yourself, don't crash, but just kind of try it out a little bit. See, that's advice that I need to follow. I always forget to leave my elbows up. Again, I know it sounds stupid. Look where you want to go. I say that out loud to myself all the time, because even I forget, because it's so easy out here with trees and rocks and everything to get really bad target fixation. Just, if you got to say it out loud, be like, look into the turn, look where you want to go. So if you, instead of looking at the ground or looking at your front wheel, which is really, that's a bad habit, I do it a lot, look through the turn, and the bike will kind of start to do the rest. Okay. I didn't know if he went through those jumps as hard as I did, so making sure he didn't crash. You gotta remember that there's somebody with me who is just learning to ride. Sorry, Nolan, you picked a bad teacher. You picked a dude who, unfortunately, really doesn't know what he's doing either. So, sorry, man. You are starting at a little bit of a disadvantage there, brother. Also, don't be afraid of your front brake. Same as street bikes. I use my front brake way more than I use my rack brake. That's like a common myth that people believe you can't use your front brake off-road. It's absolutely not true. There's certain situations you don't want to use it, going downhill, basically, coming off a really big jump when you've already got a whole lot, you're already digging in. But most of the time, just use it. You want to get a feel for it because it will break loose, and that can be bad. It'll make you crash. But it's just like the street. Figure out where it's going to break loose. That way you know how much front brake you can give. It's actually kind of helping to give somebody else a little bit of advice. That's making me want to follow my own advice. I've always kind of hated the concept of do as I say, not as I do. So, makes sense. If I'm going to tell somebody to do something, I better follow my own fucking advice. A little bit of a hill climb there, but I think you should be able to make it up it. Oh, there he goes. Don't look at the tree. Man, it sure is nice to have Skip and Cammy out with us again. Miss those guys. Man, that's fucking awesome. Nolan went right up that hill climb. I used to be terrified of that thing. I'm not anymore, but when I first started riding, conquering that hill climb for the first time was a major achievement for me. I was a little bitch scaredy cat about it. Of course, I think Nolan does much scarier things than just ride dirt bikes, so. Hey, keeping up now. My man. Well, these Nelson Rigg bags are getting a workout at least. I'm trying to challenge myself a little bit too out here, because what I really to just stand up as much as possible, and not really because I need practice standing up or I need to be reminded to stand up through stuff. I know I'm supposed to stand up. People will say that in the comments. They're like, "Why aren't you standing? Why aren't you standing?" And it's like, bitch, because I'm tired. And that's kind of that'll really defeat you, because you get too tired to stand, you get even more tired, because sitting down will beat you up way worse than standing will. So once you're so tired you're sitting down, things start to go downhill fast. Well, maybe I'm not the worst teacher in the world. I mean, he's still alive. Judging by the looks of him, Nolan would be pretty tough to put down for the count. I wouldn't want to get into a tussle with that guy. That's for fucking sure. Hopefully I didn't speak too soon. You all good? Did you get the other side? Oh, you went over? Oh, do you need to chill out for a second?
good.
Okay. Should have been a GoPro. Should have put a GoPro on Nolan. I'll tell you, I don't know how good job I'm doing testing out these Nelson Rigg freaking bags, but what I am going to do is, since I'm not actually going to keep them, so I'm going to give them away to somebody. I'm going to run the contest on Instagram, so if you're interested in winning these tail bags and the fender bag and everything else, basically, all you got to do is go follow me on Instagram, and here, probably like a week after this video comes out, I'll do a little giveaway, and as long as you're following me and following Nelson Rigg, you can enter in the giveaway if you want to win these. I mean, please, by all means, follow me on Instagram anyway. I sure would appreciate it. So, yep, that's it. Follow me, follow Nelson Rigg, and like I said, in about a week, I'll do the giveaway, and you just have to comment on the picture, and you could win these saddlebags. Now, I'm not really much at reviews, you guys know. I'm not really much for, like, I don't know. Basically, I just talk shit about stuff. I don't ever really review anything. And I'm not going to, like, show you how to put them on, or even though they did go on pretty easy. I'm not going to, like, inspect the seams and do all that shit and tell you how many cubic liters they hold. I'm not going to do any crap like that. I'll just tell you, you know what? They're good saddlebags, and Nelson Rigg is a good company. If you need a little bit of storage on like your WR250 or DRZ400, that's really what these things are made for. And again, I'm just basically doing this review. I'm not being paid for it. I know, yeah, like, hey, we should get paid for our time, but I just actually really like the guys at Nelson Rigg. They're cool people. I mean, like, I've been emailing the guys back and forth, and I don't know. The guy's name's Dimitri. That's who I talked to, and I just kind of like him. He's nice. So, maybe I'm stupid for doing this shit for free. I don't know. A lot of people would probably call me stupid for doing it for free. Well, I don't know. Dimitri's a nice guy, so I don't mind helping him out. Besides, like, it's actually it's like I said. I believe in Nelson Rigg. They actually make a good fucking product. Like, it makes sense that I'm gonna review a product that I actually think is good, you know? Of course, I hope they are. I haven't actually looked back at them again. I assume they're still on the bike. Yeah, what other company is cool enough to just say, like, hey, yeah, a guy like me doesn't really do normal reviews. Like, I got these things full of stuffed animals and dildos, and I'm thrashing off-road with them. Not exactly a normal review, I'd say. But, like I said, the dudes at Nelson Rigg are cool, and they gave them to me anyway and said, yeah, go ahead, review them, give them away. Do whatever you want to do. I'm sure I'm excited to get another person into racing. I just think it's cool as shit, man. Let's do that, man. I want to see more motovloggers race. I see more guys get into racing. I just think that'd be cool as shit. Basically, I just wanted to show Nolan, like, not really a race pace, but like, hey, because when you're riding, you know, you ride for 15 minutes, you take a break, you ride for half an hour, you take a break. You know, there's not really a whole lot of motivation to just go and go and go and build your endurance, but that's what you need for races. You gotta have that endurance, so. Whew. Came up a little short on that one. Ooh. Be careful, Josh. I'm about to crash myself. Just because you're teaching somebody else doesn't make you good. I'll tell you, Nolan is already a much better rider than I was when I started, so I think that he'll probably surpass me in the skill department in fairly short order. So I'm going to enjoy this while it lasts. You all right? Okay, I'm coming. God damn it. Oh shit. Is it off the side? We'll get it out. You okay though? Okay, cool. Hey dude, better the bike than you. This is the shit like during a race that, like, it's good we're doing this. This is the shit that really kills you. Like, trying to fucking, okay, I'm trying to think. Nolan, I'm fat. This is hard for me. Okay. God damn. It's all good. Oh, so, I mean, I guess it isn't, but. All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Come on.
This bike is broken in now, boy. 1, 2. Getting there. We can stand it up now. Yeah, it'll go up. Just grab the front. Make sure you got the front brake. We should be able to walk it. Just give it real easy throttle. And I'm gonna pull from up here. All right, whenever you're ready. Getting there. All right, one more time. It's coming. You can take a break, man. We can drag it up from here. All right. One more push. It's there.
Thanks, brother.
Of course, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Maybe that's a sign. It's time.
Down here.
It's time to go back to the truck. You're way better at riding dirt bikes than I was when I first started, so you got that going for you.
Slowly, I was like, yes, I'm finally almost keeping up with him. Almost.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna putt the rest of the way. Whew.
That's how I ended up eating shit.
Yeah. It's good. You got to crash to know how it happens, you know?
Yeah.
Now you know, like, okay, if I do that, I'm going to crash.
What? You don't say. You don't say. You don't say.
All right, let's go back to the truck. I'm out of water. Much easier now that I'm on the bike. Much like the majestic blue whale, king of his domain. He moves through the water with grace and ease, but once you get him on land, he's not too good for much. It's about the same for me. Although, I will tell you, I'm becoming less and less of a blue whale all the time. Still losing LBs, man. Still getting there. I love my, like, sort of run. It's like, I was like, I'm running for you. I'm coming, Nolan, I'm coming. And then about halfway through it, I was like, yeah, this running thing is not working out for me. Cool, man. Hey, you did longer than an hour and a half, man. It's like 2 hours. Yeah, that fucking Rex will take it out of you, man. That's like during a race when you fall down, you gotta, even if it's easy, just picking the bike up is like brutalizing. I might not have been able to get that out by myself, so. Dude, Jessica, he went off the side. You know, like how you're so scared to go off the side?
Yeah.
He went off the side.
So it can happen.
So something over